Crowd Mobile is a mobile-first company with a world-leading Q&A platform, providing personalised expert advice and a subscription service giving users access to games, infotainment and security products. Please welcome their CEO and their Executive Director, Mr. Dom Carosa, to the stage to tell you more.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Domenic, Carosa, CEO of Crowd Mobile. What I'd like to do before I get into the formal presentation is just to try and set the scene. You only need to walk down the street these days or spend time on the train or bus to know that most people are basically staring into their mobile phone. The mobile has become the central device for communication, entertainment, and pretty much everything else. And that is the core area that Crowd Mobile taps into. There are a couple of other major themes, macro themes, that are having a positive impact on Crowd Mobile, specifically around global distributed workforces and the Q&A model, which I'll explain shortly, as well as digital influencers and the push and growth opportunity in the digital influencer space. And you may ask, well, what's a digital influencer? You may have heard of YouTubers, Instagrammers, and I'll spend a bit more time talking about that as well. Effectively, you can look at them as the new 30-second advert for the millennial market. So at a high level, Crowd Mobile is a profitable mobile-first company. We operate across 50 countries. Most of our revenue, so 90% of our revenue, comes from outside of Australia. These are the results that we just announced to the market a number of weeks ago. This is for the December half, so this is only for 6 months. Our revenue was up materially to 21 mil. Our EBITDA was up, and our operating cash flow was down a little bit as we had some catch-up tax payments, and unfortunately, well, we're profitable, so we need to pay tax. The outlook for this half that we're currently in is an increase across all the key financial indicators of the company. So this half is going to be better than the prior half, albeit we're still pretty pleased with those results. There's a number of key metrics that we released to the marketplace. I think the one that is the most important, that really provides a bellwether for the performance of the company, is around the growth of billed questions, particularly through our Q&A platform, which was up 41% on the prior year. And we expect this trend, this growth, to continue. So you may ask, well, what do we do? We're a profitable company, we're global, we're in the mobile space. What do we do? How do we actually make money? So Crowd Mobile has 2 core divisions. Our Q&A, our question and answer division, where we connect someone who has a question about a particular topic with an expert on the other end. And so we've built a series of products and apps that allow you as a consumer to ask a question, to pay a small fee for that response, match it with an expert on the other end who, by the way, gets paid to answer that particular question, all across a platform, and we deal with all the billing. So it's a very seamless process. And last half, just out of this division, we generated $10 million worth of revenue. The other division is our mobile content subscription business. This is predominantly targeted towards the 16 to 35 demographic. And this is where consumers are able to pay $2, $3, $4 a week, $5, $6 a month, and get access to games, other entertainment, edutainment products for a flat fee per month. And it's very much targeted towards the snacking economy. And what I mean by that is you're waiting for a train, you've got 10 minutes, what are you going to do? Maybe do some of your emails, your WhatsApp, and play some games. That's really the target of what we're doing in regards to our mobile content subscription business. And then both of those divisions are underpinned by a global mobile payment network that we've built over the last 8 years. This mobile payment network, and us at Crowd Mobile, we work with over 160 telcos around the world, including Telstra and Optus here in Australia, to make the billing process as simple for the consumer as possible. And basically what it means from a consumer perspective, 1-2 clicks, you add it directly to your phone, and it gets charged to your mobile phone bill. So it's a very, very seamless process, and the mobile carriers love us because obviously they clip the ticket. And this is a distribution network, so you can look at it as a mobile payment network, but you can also look at it as a distribution network. And the larger our mobile payment network, the larger our addressable marketplace. And only a few weeks ago, we launched into the China market. It's taken us 12 months to launch China, and we expect positive results from that over the coming couple of quarters. From a corporate perspective, we've got a market cap of roughly 20 and an EV of 30, and there's a list there of the top 5 shareholders. For those value investors in the room, we're currently trading at 3 times EBITDA to EV multiple, and it's only this week and next week that I'm actually here in Australia really starting to communicate the story to investors such as yourselves as well as institutions. You may ask, well, how are we going to grow the company? First of all, we will continue building out new products for our various customers in our various markets. We'll continue building out our mobile payment network that in fact then continues building out our distribution, particularly around Asia, Africa and Latin America. So we see significant opportunity in those markets. We'll continue extracting greater margin and synergies, and one of the projects that we undertook a couple of years ago, given that we have tens of millions of questions and answers in our platform, so just think of big data, we implemented an AI, an artificial intelligence solution that is basically now helping answer those particular questions across our platform in a much more efficient way, and obviously helps improve our margin. And then fourthly, and we see this as being a very big opportunity, is to launch a digital influencer network that goes beyond the advertising experience, and I'll talk more about that in a moment. So you may have heard of the rise of digital influencers, YouTubers and Instagrammers, and the reason why the digital influencer marketplace is growing is because millennials specifically, the 16 to 35-year-olds, are now spending a lot less time, if in fact no time, watching television. They've usually got an ad blocker installed on their phone. And so the only way that brands, like ourselves, have been able to get our marketing message across to consumers is through the use of digital influencers. And as you can see from the blue graph, and if you go back to August 2018, which is where it starts, there was very little interest in the whole digital influencer space. And we've been now working with digital influencers for about 3 years. And now it's growing to the point where brands such as ourselves and even larger brands are taking a lot more, taking a bigger view when it comes to digital influencers as a way of actually promoting their products out to consumers. So this is very much changing the landscape, and I kind of think of this as, just think of Google and the whole SEO, SEM, I guess phenomena that occurred early 2000s. We will start, and we've already started seeing the same thing around digital influencers over the last 24 months, and it's just starting to get going. And how we capitalise on this, given that over the last 3 years we've worked with over 5,000 influencers on a global basis, is the way that influencers work. They've got an audience, and really the sweet spot for an influencer is 50,000 to about 500,000 followers on Instagram or YouTube or Snapchat or Facebook. And the way that they make money right now is brands like us will pay them a fee to promote our products or someone else's products. But we see a much, much larger opportunity here that go beyond the advertising experience. And it revolves around being able to provide products, originally starting off with digital products that allow digital influencers to basically monetize their audiences. Because ultimately, the reason you're a digital influencer, apart from, I guess, the fame that comes from that, effectively you want to make money. That's why, in the end, you become a digital influencer. And so by combining the mobile payment network that we've built, the Q&A technology, the question and answer technology, as well as our subscription technology, we're able to provide a platform for influencers to monetize their audiences. And this is our vision. This is our vision of the digital influencer marketplace. Effectively, we're building a network that connects digital influencers and brands and advertisers, but we go beyond that, where we have already started providing products, digital products, to digital influencers that allow them to basically make money from their followers. It's really as simple as that in this new world. Late last year, we signed a deal with Viacom International. Now, Viacom International, a part of Viacom Inc., which is a $14 billion company listed in the US. And like many other big traditional media players, they're trying to work out ways, how do we monetize in this new digital world where millennials are spending all of their time on their mobile phone. And so we signed a 2-year deal. We've already released 6 products with Viacom, and there's some further products that we'll be releasing over the next couple of quarters. In terms of our board, it would be remiss of me not to mention our board and the capability that they bring to the company. Our chairman is a gentleman called Theo Hanakis. Some of you, particularly those who are value investors or who very much appreciated dividends, he ran Melbourne IT for over 10 years. And under his leadership, he was able to deliver very strong capital as well as dividends to his shareholders. So we're quite lucky to have him on board. We've also got Sophie Karzis as our legal and co-sec, and she brings a level of corporate governance, dotting the I's and crossing the T's to her board, and then there's obviously myself there as well. So I'd like to thank everyone for their time, but really in summary, Crowd Mobile is a profitable mobile-first company. There are significant growth opportunities not only in the business units that we currently have, but also around the digital influencer space that is a brand new white space in this market, not just in Australia, but globally. Our balance sheet is continuing to strengthen, and the outlook for this half is up on the prior half. Now, I'll be here actually only for about another 10 or 15 minutes because I'm actually off to visit another institution. But my contact details, you'll be able to get in contact with me through the Wholesale Investor website, or if you go onto the ASX, you'll be able to see all the relevant announcements on Crowd Mobile. And the ASX code is CM8, and there's even a video presentation of our half-year results on YouTube as well. So thank you, everyone.